Hi, everybody. This is David Nevins for Citybiz List, and welcome to our program today. And our special guest today is Linda Rich. Linda is with Rich and Rich, a prominent Harford County realtor. But today we're speaking to her not in her private capacity as a prominent boutique realtor in Harford County, but we're speaking with her as the newly elected president of the Harford County Association of Realtors. Linda, welcome to our program.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Great, and we're excited to have you. So congratulations, first of all, on your election. Tell us a little bit, Linda, about yourself and how you arrived at this very responsible position you now have for, I think, the next year or so.
Yes. Well, I've been a realtor for about 15 years, but the Harford County Association of Realtors is one of my favorite topics because it offers so much to the community and to its realtors. I started my involvement on committees like all other people who get into my position. And I was a chair of the membership committee and legislative committee. And then I graduated to becoming a board director, and I was a board director, treasurer, vice president, and for about 7 years. And this year I am president.
So again, congratulations. So tell us a little bit about some of your goals and objectives in the very short year I think you have to be the president of this organization.
Yeah, our presidents are a year term. Our goal is always to serve our realtors and also serve our community. And we're very good at it. Realtors are required to have continuing ed, and our association provides that at no charge to its realtors, which is pretty fantastic. That includes their ethics course, which is what separates us from other real estate agents in the industry. And this year, we're going to continue providing new benefits to our realtors and continue to find ways to give back to our community.
So speaking of giving back to the community, I know that's a real important part of what the association does. Tell us, maybe share with us a little bit about some of your more successful initiatives, perhaps past, and then what you might have planned for the future.
Well, one of my favorite, and this is when about 10 years ago when I first started getting involved in the association, the president that year started something called Realtor Care Day in our county. And I've been a part of it ever since. And what happens is the association and the membership committee pinpoints a need in the community, and we organize that year an event. So last year, the membership committee and the association had a blood drive. It was very successful. We had it in Bel Air, Maryland, and other needs we've fulfilled. If you're not familiar with Anna's House, it's one of the charitable nonprofits here in the county. Our association's members refaced their playground and gathered a ton of toiletries for the women. We've done that. We refaced a neighborhood sign in Edgewood. This is fun. In Havity Grace, I don't know if you're familiar with Havity Grace, but it's a little historic town. It's a little gem.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a beautiful little spot that not enough people know about, right?
It's a wonderful little town. Well, there's something called the Lafayette Trail. Do you know of it?
No, I know of a great little wine bar there.
Oh, yes.
Don't tell anybody.
I'm not going to tell anybody. We'll keep it a secret. But the Lafayette Trail is really cool. It's a trail through Havity Grace that you can follow it, and there was a paper map, and you could pinpoint all the historic points in Havity Grace. So we gathered our efforts and our members and joined the historic society down there, and we did, the realtors on the pavement, painted these fleur-de-lis along the sidewalk so that tourists could, or even, people in the county could come and step on that fleur-de-lis and pinpoint it on the map. It was kind of a fun project. That was probably the most fun project.
Good for you. Good for you.
I don't know where we're going this year. We'll do something good.
I have little doubt that you will come out with something even better. Linda, tell us why it's important. Why is it important for realtors to be a part of your association? How does it help them do their jobs better?
Well, first and foremost, understanding the community they're working in is really important. So when you're a part of a Realtor Care Day, you see hands-on, what our county is about. You also get to, like I said, free education, especially with Code of Ethics, which is, the force behind being a realtor, and also just networking with other agents. Mm-hmm. And hearing their stories and understanding when you're talking to your clients, understanding the market on another level.
So, speaking of that, tell me a little bit more. I think many viewers will find it interesting that you have, I think many people know you have required, ongoing, continuing education requirements. But tell me a little bit more about the ethics requirement, if you would.
Well, it's a 3-hour course, and it's something on it's a course that has to be approved on the national level, and it teaches us about treating not only our clients fairly, but also playing fair with other realtors. And I mean, ethics, it's, we know what ethics are. And, in any business,
do we?
Well, I mean,
I do.
We do, because we get our education,
right.
But, we play fairly, and that's really what it's all about.
It is. And I think that's probably quite reassuring to many people who are watching. Since I interviewed your predecessor, president, probably, I guess, about a year or so ago, the real estate market has changed a bit. Mm-hmm. And Harford County, I think it's fair to say, remains a hot market.
Very desirable.
It's a desirable community, lots of great housing and parks, and well located, and all the great schools, and so on and so forth. But talk about the current state of the real estate market in your opinion. Is it a good time for people who are watching this and are interested in Harford County? Is it a good time to buy, or is it a good time to sell, or both, or neither?
I think both. I mean, yes, I know people have gotten a little freaked out about the interest rates, but at the same time, is it less expensive to rent? No, absolutely not. There's a lot of benefits to owning your own home, and if you're relocating, there is always a need for inventory. Somebody is going to want your home, so of course you want to sell if that's what you're thinking. The interest rates are what they are, and they're not. Everybody got used to the 2.3 or whatever it was. Well, that was an historic low. I think we're now hitting the average historically. I think it's just a little shocking to some people, but we'll get through it. No, Harford County is a great place. It's awesome. It's always a good time to buy and sell.
Yeah, and Harford County is a great place, and you have a new county executive to be elected shortly, and then coming in. And but your organization also gets involved politically, correct me if I'm wrong, and you have a PAC, a Political Action Committee. What does that group do?
Okay, so our PAC, it's the Realtor Party Action Committee. And locally, we encourage our realtors to put forth some money You can become a major investor if you invest $1,000 or more. We have plenty of those. And then, there's a state and national level also. But at a state level, it takes every county to be involved. I've seen some amazing things happen. One of which was a rally in Annapolis that was before COVID. And that was an amazing event where the legislation was actually playing with the idea of putting a service tax on real estate. It would have been devastating to everyone. Involved, buyers, sellers, and realtors. But over 700 realtors showed up. It was quite a scene. And we really made it clear that this was not good for anybody. Another thing I think is interesting is, RPAC is responsible for having our property tax split. So we pay twice a year. You know that, right? So that's actually about an $800 savings to the buyer and the seller, because when they go to settlement, they're not paying a year; they're paying only half a year.
Right.
So we're always thinking about how we can benefit our homeowners, and we interview candidates. I just was part of a lot of interviews on a county level. Like you said, for the county executive, we're looking, and on a state level, it happens on a national level. Who are we going to endorse? Who's protecting homeowners? That's a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, that's great. So, Linda, we're about out of time, but let me ask to get the last word. Something you want our viewers to know about the Harford County Association of Realtors.
Well, local. It's super important for us in the county. We give so much back to our community. I'm going to put in a little plug for something that's coming up next week. That's a lot of fun. It's one of the best events our association puts on. It's going to be held at McGurk's in Bel Air. It's called Battle of the Brokerages, and I will be there. Several realtors from different brokerages will bartend. I have no experience bartending, by the way. But
your experience is on the other side of the bar, right? No offense.
None taken. So, So on that note, all the tips are going to go to an organization that is sort of a sister organization for our association. It's the Charitable and Educational Foundation. That foundation raises approximately $30,000 a year, and that money goes to scholarships. So, that foundation will interview students in our county who are interested in going to a state college or a trade school, and we're giving away $1,000 to help these kids, offset some of the expense of going to school. We've done that's one. We just also recently had a golf tournament to raise money towards that goal. There are just so many ways to give back in our community that the association finds, and not to mention the realtor member has tons of benefits too.
Yeah, I know you guys do incredible work, and kudos to everybody involved, not only for enhancing the professionalism of realtors, but for all the good works you do in Harford County to make it a better place. And I'm assuming you would urge viewers to who might be looking to either buy or sell a home or property in Harford County to attempt to make sure that the person they deal with is a member of the Harford County Association of Realtors.
I would say that might be a good idea. If you. One of my favorite things that farmers, you see farmers buy local. Well, absolutely. Support your local business owner.
That's great. Thank you, Linda, for your time today.
Well, thank you, David, for speaking with me. I really enjoyed it.
It's been great. And we've been speaking with Linda Rich of Rich and Rich, lifelong resident of Harford County, and the newly elected president of the Harford County Association of Realtors. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you next time as well.
All right. Well, thank you.
David Nevins for Citybiz List. Thanks again.